Hello and welcome. Today we are at LEGOLAND Windsor and we're about to take a look at the model making studio, which is on the inside of the Rebuild the World Planet Lego section. When you can see the nice bright colourful sign where it says discover your play type. As you come through those double doors now, there is lots of friendly members of staff giving out lanyards and setting you up with a fantastic building experience just underneath these stairs. Now, I did not come in for that. I came in to come up, have a look at all the models that are being produced in the model making factory, obviously in the model making studio, and also pick up some information about the park and the company itself. Now, if you do work here or you would ever like to work here, then please obviously do let us know in the comments below, because I think we do have one or two people from LEGOLAND Windsor that do watch these videos from time to time, and they were super helpful with me asking a question last time, because underneath this office was where the Star Wars walkthrough attraction used to be, and that was packed full of mini figures and Lego figures and everything else. It's a massive walkthrough experience. That now is no longer. I thought maybe one day they might bring something else back, but apparently they have extended it into more offices. So it is what it is with that. So thank you very much for clarifying and letting us know. Now, if you spot, you can see some bits and pieces there with regards to the Lego heads. There's some stuff from the tracks and everything as well. Now, this is where they either rebuild, refurb, or make everything for the park, the Miniland, and all of the models. Now, it's just to the left hand side just here. This is one of the big bends that have been built. Now, obviously there is one in the actual Miniland park as well, so obviously it's either been refurbed or completely redone for whatever reason. That I don't know, but I would like to know the reasons why, because there are some rather large models that they have pulled out and replaced over a period of time, and then they have obviously kept. And it's a really nice area where you can come up here and just soak all of this in. This bit at the top really never is busy. It's packed full of all sorts of different information with regards to now the actual Lego Group company itself. If you need to pause it for whatever reason and just write down some information, then obviously please do so. I will read out one or two as we go. So that is where the Danish word for Lego came from. Since 1978, there's been over 6 billion minifigures. That's more minifigures than people living in Europe. And then it says here that each minifigure is exactly 4 bricks high without hat, and you can see that's a bit of a demonstration there. Loads and loads of information with regards to all about the brick, the minifigures, all the different elements, the colours, the history, everything. And it's really easy to read. It's all nice and big. Also says that Jupiter brick is 8 times the size of a Lego brick, which is obviously another interesting fact. So if you are to do a Lego quiz, this is where you want to get all of your questions and answers from. And like I said, there's literally nobody up this way. There's so many people now downstairs, which is nice that they are making better use of that area down there. And that is a thing that they are pushing on their website. And they've got loads and loads of signage dotted around the park. So there seems to be, for the 2022 season, a lot more building aspect going into the Legoland parks, which is really nice. That's something very, very special. That is the injection mould. Full information regarding that is available in the Legoland Billund from the Legoland House playlist. Full history of what that does, how they had to melt them down, and what they used for the foundations, and so on and so forth. So that is all to do with the history of the company. This is now a quick overview and an overlook of the history of the park. I'm not going to read everything else out, because hopefully you guys will be able to see that clearly for yourself. But 1996 is the Legoland Windsor Resort welcomes its first guests, and then we go through all of the years. It is quite a cool thing to have a look at, stop and read, because obviously each colour, as you can see, represents the actual colour of the circle. So you've got different shades of blue, you've got the oranges, and I think you've got like yellows, greens, and everything like that. And then again, you've got like these crests. Now this is obviously from the Dragon roller coaster, or the castle, shall I say, where the Dragon roller coaster is located. There are plenty of those to have a look at, all slightly different tweaks to them, so they're worth going down, explore, and try and take some photos of them. You've got them on the outside and obviously on the inside where the ride is as well. It's a good fun ride if you've not been on it. They do vary from park to park, and I do believe the actual seated experience before you hit the main track, everyone that I've been to, has been slightly different. So there is a few tweaks. So you've got obviously the ones that I've been on so far. You've been on Florida, Dubai, Germany, Billund, and Windsor. So I've been on 5 different ones. The track layout and all of them are all completely different, and the actual experience on the inside is ever so slightly different as well. So if you have been on it, which one do you prefer? If you've been on more than one, what do you think of it at your local park? The one I do believe in Florida had just been recently done, so that the queue line on the outsides of them are also completely different. Some of them on the inside, like the one in Dubai, that's all air conditioned. The one in Billund is completely different to the one in Windsor. So it is worth, if you are thinking of going to a slightly different park on your holiday, it is worth doing, because they are not identical parks. That is something that you need to make very, very clear. And if you had this full history of everything, like, because they have got one of these sorts of history bits in Billund as well, the years that they open things up are completely different, the order that they open things up are different, the theming of each thing is different. So for example, I do believe it is the one in Korea or Japan that their log flume is actually based on dinosaurs, not on pirates like it is in the one in Windsor, and it is something completely different in the one in Billund as well. So the tracks are different, the theme's different, the models are different. Just have a look and soak it all in. So hopefully you enjoy the history of the park and the company. I really enjoy finding out all of this stuff and going around. I think it breaks up the day quite nicely. I don't mind if I was with a group of people, for example, and you queued up to get on one or two of the rides, but for me, I would much rather go around all the mini lands, soak in all the big models, maybe get on one or two of the rides, and then just sort of spend more time here looking at all of the models, reading in all the history, and just learning different bits and pieces, and just then sort of soak it in and comparing it between the two. Not 100% sure why this map is still of 2018. I don't know if it's just been forgotten about or there was something happened in 2018. But you can see the submarine, it weighs a ton. Built in 2010, building time 835 hours, so it's 400,000 bricks. You've got 180-hour build for the London Eye in Miniland. You've got the Technic Dinosaur, which has changed massively. That's got 1.050 million bricks on that. The Daddy Dinosaur is 315 hours. See, that's now no longer here. The Miniland has gone completely. 860 kilo weight just for the massive Death Star. The Ice Dragon took 320 hours. The Red Dragon took 320 hours, 150 kilo. 200,000 bricks for the Big Pharaoh, and 1.28 million bricks for the Hotel Dragon. So there's obviously stuff on that map now that is no longer. And you can see bottom where it says Death Star how big that attraction was, which is now no longer there. But also at the same time, it now doesn't show a lot of the new bits with regards to the haunted house and things. That is obviously the old Wembley. And that is the big building experience with all the little ones having fun. Really good atmosphere down there. It's very, very echoey, so I've taken the volume right down. I've turned up the voiceover a little bit louder than normal. I did spot from this video they have added in new models for this walkway. Now the video that will follow this one will be us going from here down to the spinning spider and finding all of those new models, because I do like the fact that they have now added in models just there. You can see where the fence isn't, where it looks like there's a piece missing, but it is actually open, so you can have a look at what is now there, because there did used to be something there, but they picked it all up and they put it down by the castle section, and they made a really nice display with the castle there. So I'm really hoping that over a longer period of time they do put in more building activities for the little ones, and they do have more of the models for the big ones to have a look at. Don't get me wrong, we all love the rides and everything like that, and everybody wants more rides to be added. But what they've done at Mythica in Windsor, for example, they've got a perfect selection of different types of rides, but there is loads of models for people to take photos of and just read about and just see everything that is going on. So I think Mythica is almost like a perfect mix with regards to models and the rides. Might not be everybody's cup of tea with regards to the theming, but I think how they've done that, I really do like that. So as we're going to come around, I do believe we'll have a day in the life coming up soon. So this is another Did You Know facts about a day in the life of a model maker. So a dream job for many LEGO fans is to obviously become a professional model maker. Did you know the first test is to make a sphere? It will be able to build one at home. Give it a go. Can you make a sphere at home? We did see that at the very, very start of this video. I think we might see that at the end as well. And also hashtag LEGOLAND Windsor for everything. I'm guessing that is on all social media platforms, so they might give you a shout out. If you are very, very skilled at making some different bits and pieces, they will add it onto your story. So all of this is all the different bits and pieces with regards to just getting everything and keeping everything clean and tidy. Now I did say when I was speaking at 100 mile an hour before that the Dragon, Technic Dragon has changed. That is now not breathing smoke, that is now spitting out mist instead. So perfect for a very, very hot summer's day, and it's just very, very effective as well. And I've got massive, massive appreciation for everybody that keeps the mini land neat and tidy, because I came in just after it reopened in one of the first COVID, and the amount that it had overgrown, and they were working as fast as possible to get everything else cut back and trimmed down. It is a full-time job just to keep it neat and tidy, so you've got to have massive respect for everything you see. Yeah, a couple of the lights are off, but don't forget, this is still relatively close before they hit peak season, so they will still sorting stuff, bits and pieces out. So when I do go back here, it'll be interesting to see if all of those are fixed. I would imagine, fingers crossed, that they will be. But guys, I am starting to run out of time, so let us know what your favourite part of this is. Did you even know this bit existed? Have you just walked straight past this and not even bothered to come up? You can see that the building techniques within those glass cabinets are the techniques and how they do the figures in the mini land. So they're not minifigure scale, they are the mini land. That is the sphere, sorry, shall I say. That is the challenge that you have to make. And then we'll come around and just have a look at the one or two other bits and pieces. But guys, I'm going to leave it there because I've completely run out of time. So as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.